AI is moving incredibly quickly. In this video, I'm using a product called Google AI Studio. It essentially allows you to both screen share and talk to Google's AI in real time. So there's no prompt interface, there's nothing to type. And I think this is meaningful because, in all honesty, I've hated that text box we all type into. I can think much faster than I can type, just as an observation. And so being able to work alongside an AI is a very different experience. And additionally, I think what this video will show you is that there is a window of opportunity here for these tools to help monumentally with learning and improving everyone's skills and understanding. It has the potential to truly start to solve the data literacy challenges that we sometimes have. And so I'm doing this in a Tableau context. You'll see in this video, I basically asked it to start from scratch. We go to the Tableau public website, the landing page. Yes, I'm logged in, but we start on the landing page and we end up with a dashboard inside of Tableau public web authoring. Now, there will be mistakes. There'll be sort of what appear to be probabilistic sort of guesses along the way. And the thing is, I'm able to sort of troubleshoot these with the AI, and it's able to guide me all the way through. And another thing you'll see is that it sometimes cuts out. That's a bug at the moment. There's a limitation on the length of the session that you can have. But with all these things said, I really would love you to sort of watch this video with an open mind and let me know what you think in the comments below. At the end of this video, I'll add some thoughts. You'll see that in the timestamps below. Yeah, I think this is incredible. I think it's not perfect. It's not good by any means, but I think the opportunity it presents for the future is incredible. As ever, let's get stuck in. Okay, so we're here on the Tableau public landing page. We're going to get straight into this experience. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Google AI Studio to help me build something in Tableau public. We're going to try and cap it to about 20 minutes, but I want to leave this raw, unedited, so you see every single issue or challenge or good thing that it does. So let's do this. I'm actually pretty excited about this because I've seen good things and I'm hoping it works very well with Tableau, but I kind of want to experience this for myself. So let's go ahead. When you log into this experience, you have to log in. It's going to need a Google account. Once you've got that, if you go ahead and select this option down here, it gives you the option to show a camera or a screen. Now, a camera would be pointless because it would just be looking at me. So we'll just go ahead and select the screen. And as soon as we do this, it's actually live and listening as well. It's not just looking at what I'm doing on screen. So
Okay.
we're live. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm on Tableau Public, and I'd like your help building a couple of charts. But I'm new to Tableau. I don't know anything about it. I recall someone showing me in a demo that you could create charts in Tableau Public. I'm on the landing page. Can you remind me how to do that?
Sure, I can help you with that. You're looking to create charts on Tableau Public, but you are new to the platform. I can guide you on how to create charts in Tableau Public from the landing page. Let me know when you're ready to start.
I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, let's start. On the Tableau Public landing page, locate the Create button at the top of the screen. It's positioned next to Learn. Click on the Create button, and you should see a drop-down with the option to create a viz. You want to choose Create a Viz from the drop-down.
I don't see create a viz. I see web authoring and I see download Tableau desktop public edition. Should we try web authoring?
Yes, let's try web authoring. It seems like the Create a Viz option isn't directly visible from the landing page. Click on web authoring, and let's see where that leads us.
Oh, we're here. So I see the option to connect to my data, and I think I can go ahead and find the file. I've actually got it here already. So let me go ahead and upload the file. It says it's uploading. Oh, it's done. Okay. Cool. It's taking me
Great,
to a
the
new
file upload
page.
is complete. Now you should see the data fields on the left panel. These are the columns from your uploaded data file. To create your first chart, you can start by dragging and dropping data fields onto the canvas, or the main area of the worksheet. What data are you interested in visualizing?
I don't see any fields. I just see connections, sheets, and a blank space. It says drag tables here to create a data model.
Okay, I understand. It looks like we need to take a step back. You've uploaded your data, but now you are on the data source page. On the left-hand side, under Connections, you can see the data you have uploaded, which is called Sample EU Superstore. Now in the middle area where it says drag tables here to create a data model, click and drag one of the tables that appear under Sheets to this main area. Usually the first table is the Orders table. Once you drag it, the data field should then appear in the panel underneath Data.
Ah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, that makes sense. And I was going to do some analysis on my orders, but what about the people's tables and the returns? How do I bring those in as well? Do I just drag them in?
Yes, you are right. You can drag the People and Returns tables from the Sheets section on the left and drag them to the same area where Orders table is.
Oh,
Tableau will attempt to create relationships between the tables. You can then click on Sheet 1 on the bottom left to start building your charts. Would you like help with this?
what's a relationship? I've never heard of that term in the data field. I know about joins. I've used SQL before, but what's a relationship?
Okay, a relationship in Tableau is similar to a join in SQL, but it's more flexible. It allows you to combine data from different tables based on common fields, like the order ID, but without creating one giant combined table. Tableau will determine the best way to bring the tables together when you build your visualizations. This means it can handle joins between tables that have different granularity of information. For example, the orders table has information on a per order level, while the people table has information on a per customer level. Tableau will take these different levels into consideration when making your visualizations. In your screen, the relationship is already set. You can see on the bottom where the relationship is set on order ID. Do you want to learn more about joins and relationships?
I'm I'm pretty pushed for time with my deadline, so no, not now. Let's go ahead and build a chart. I think you mentioned something about sheet one. Where is that again?
You're right. To build a chart, click the Sheet 1-inch tab located at the bottom left of the screen. This will take you to a new worksheet where you can create your visualizations.
It says it's creating an extract. What is that?
Creating an extract in Tableau is essentially creating a snapshot of your data that's optimized for performance. It can speed things up, especially if you're working with a large data set or have a live connection to a slow database. The extract will be stored locally on your computer, allowing Tableau to retrieve the information quicker. In your screen, it's importing the data from your tables, so this process can take some time, but it is creating an extract of the data from your data tables.
I see, I see. Okay, so now I'm here. I now see the fields and the columns. And so I'd like to build a bar chart showing sales over time.
Okay, let's build that bar chart showing sales over time. You should see the sales field and order date field in the left-hand side under Data in the table called Orders. Click and drag the sales field to the rows area in the upper part of the screen, and click and drag the order date field to the columns area. Now Tableau should build a bar chart of your sales over time.
That's really strange. It builds a line chart, not a bar chart. Why is that?
It seems that Tableau defaulted to creating a line chart, which can happen when working with date fields. To change it to a bar chart, click on the drop-down menu in the marks area of the left-hand side and change from automatic to bar. This will turn your chart into a bar chart.
Great, great. Yes, this is a bar chart. Thank you so much. This is really good progress. Now, I would like one detail with this because I need to be able to see my data by year and by month. And then I need to add the average line for each year. How would I do that? Okay, so sometimes the session stops. Basically, I think it's like a Google Meets call, whatever it's running in the background. And this does happen quite often. So you do have to sort of reinitiate the session. So I'll just go ahead and refresh this. We go back to the beginning again. And it's actually pretty good at picking up where it left off. And the few times I've tried this, it's actually really good. So let's go ahead and hit entire screen.
Okay, it seems like you're about to start a screen recording. Is there anything specific you'd like to do with it?
No, no. So I've built this bar chart, and what I'd like to do is add month information to this so that I can create an average line for each year, but see my bar chart by each month for each year. Does that make sense?
Sure, you've created a bar chart and want to add monthly data to it, so you can create an average line for each year. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, sounds good. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Can you help me? I have no idea what I'm doing.
It sounds like you're feeling a bit lost. Would you like me to help you with what you want to do with the bar chart?
Yes, please. That's what I'm asking for. Yes.
Okay, let's break it down. You have a bar chart showing sales by year, and you want to see the sales data by month. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, in Tableau, you can achieve this by adding the month component of your order date field to the column shelf. Would you like me to guide you through that?
Yeah. Instead of asking me, just always assume that I want to do this thing. So just tell me straight away.
Understood. To show the data by month, you need to add the month part of your order date field to the column shelf in Tableau.
How do I do that?
Okay, click and drag the order date field from the tables pane to the column shelf. Then, right-click the field on the column shelf and select month.
There's two versions of the month. Which one should I use?
Choose the top option that simply says month and does not include a year.
And why is that?
Choosing the top month option will display the data for each month across all years. If you choose the option with the year, you will get data for each specific month of each year. Since you want an average for each year across all months, you should choose the top option.
Okay, cool. Now, how do I add the average onto this chart?
To add an average line, go to the Analytics tab and drag the average line option onto the chart.
It says add a reference line, table, pane, or cell. Like, which one should I choose?
Choose pane to show the average sales line for each year.
Great, that works. Okay, nice. I'd like to build a second chart, and I'd love you to help me build this chart. So, can you suggest a chart? I've got some categorical information, the categories essentially, and I'd like to show proportions. So, could you suggest a chart that I can build in Tableau?
Given you want to show proportions with categorical data, a pie chart or a tree map would be suitable. Would you prefer one of those?
Ooh, let's try a tree map. I've not seen one of those. Show me how to build a tree map. That sounds fun.
Okay, to build a tree map, start by dragging the categorical field you want to use from the tables pane onto the marks card, specifically onto color. Then select
Okay,
tree
hold
map
on,
from the
hold
mark
on,
tab.
hold on. I want to build a new chart. So how do I build a new chart? I don't want to delete this one that I already have.
You can create a new worksheet by clicking the plus icon at the bottom of the screen next to the Sheet 1-inch tab. This way you can build the new chart without deleting the first one.
Oh, there we go. Okay, great. So now I'm ready to build a new chart. I don't see my data pane. Like, why is that?
The tables pane is not visible because it is likely minimized. On the left side of the screen, look for a small arrow or icon near the edge of the window, then click on it to expand the pane.
I can see analytics, so the pane is expanded. I just can't see data. Do I click on data to go back?
Yes, click on Data to return to the tables pane.
Ah, there he is. Yeah. Okay, great. So how do we build a tree map?
Okay, to build a tree map, drag the categorical field from the tables pane to the marks card. Then, drag the measure you want to visualize onto the size card in the marks card.
Where should I put the category information on? You said it to put it onto the marks card, but where on the marks card? Do I just put it on there? Do I just put it like where? Where should I put it? It didn't work when I tried to drag it. Okay, so it crashed again. So we're just going to try and reset that a little bit. So let's go ahead and refresh and share my screen again.
Okay, I hear you saying screen and Jan. Is there anything else you would like to tell me?
I want to build a tree map on this page. Could you help me do that?
Sure, you would like to build a tree map on the page you are showing, and you were asking me to help. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's build a chart. Let's build a tree map. Come on.
Okay, let's build a tree map. What do you want to use as the dimensions and measures for it?
I want to use category as a dimension, and I want to show the proportion of sales. So, um, basically the proportion of sales for each category.
Okay, you want to use category as the dimension and sales as the measure to build your tree map. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then please drag the category field to the columns area and the sales field to the rows area. That should create a tree map.
No, that creates a bar chart actually. That's not a tree map.
Ah, it seems like it created a bar chart. My apologies, I will correct myself. Instead of dragging category to columns, please drag it to the color area in the marks card. That should give you a tree map.
It gives me a stacked bar chart. I don't think tree maps have an axis.
You are correct. That is a stacked bar chart. I apologize for the errors. To create a tree map, please drag the category dimension to the label area within the marks card, and then select tree map from the drop-down menu in the marks card. Does that work better?
So let's put category onto label and then select tree map. There's no tree map option. There's line, area, square, circle, shape, text, map, pie, Gantt, polygon, and density, but no tree map.
You are right again, my apologies. It seems I'm having trouble with the tree map instructions. Could you try selecting square from the drop-down menu in the marks card? Then, drag sales from the data pane to the size area in the marks card. Finally, drag category to label in the marks card and see if this creates a tree map.
Yes, that's created a tree map, but the detail here is that there's no color. They're all the same color. How do I have a different color for each category?
Ah, you are correct. The tree map is all the same color. To fix this, please drag the category dimension from the data pane to the color area in the marks card. That should color the squares differently based on the category.
Yeah, what colors can you see?
I can see 3 colors: blue for technology, orange for office supplies, and red for furniture.
Okay. 3 correct colors, but I think you got the labels the wrong way around. But nonetheless, that's good. That's really good. I'd love to add the sales value onto the chart. How do I do that?
To add the sales value onto the chart, please drag the sales measure from the data pane to the label area on the marks card. That should display the sales value in each rectangle.
And how do I get the currency formatting on this sales figure?
To apply currency formatting, please right-click on the Sales pill in the Rows area. Then select Format. In the formatting pane that appears, select Number and choose the Currency Standard Format. And that should apply the currency formatting.
The sales value is not on the rows shelf. It's on the marks pane. Is that what you meant?
You are absolutely correct, my apologies. The Sales pill is on the Marks card, not in Rows. Please right-click on the Sum Sales pill on the Marks card instead. Then follow the same formatting instructions I gave you before. My apologies for this repeated mistake.
Okay, great. I think I have my currency. Last question.
Okay, I'm ready for your last question.
Let's build a dashboard together. How do we do that?
Okay, let's build a dashboard. To do that, click on the New Dashboard button at the bottom of the screen next to the Sheet tabs. That should open a new dashboard where you can add visualizations.
Okay, and how do I do that?
Now you can drag your sheet from the left side of the screen to the central dashboard area, and that should display your tree map on the dashboard. Would you like me to help you with anything else?
Yeah, I've seen people do this cool interactive thing with Tableau where they like click on one chart and it changes and filters the other chart. How do I do that here?
Okay, you want to make your charts interactive so that when you click on one, it filters the other. To do this, click on the drop-down arrow in the upper right corner of Sheet 1 and select Use as Filter. Then do the same for Sheet 2. Now you should be able to click on one chart to filter the other. Does that work?
Um, when you say the drop down arrow, what do you mean? I'm clicking on one and it says edit title. I think the session ran out a really annoying time. That always tends to be the case. It dies right as you're asking a question. Convenient, but let's just restart this again one last time, then we'll go ahead and finish this dashboard. I'll have to kind of help it along here. So, Google, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. It shows a Tableau public workbook.
Okay, great. I'd like to make this interactive, and I think I was speaking to someone and they said that if I select sheet 1 and I click on a drop down arrow, I can use it as a filter for sheet 2. Is that correct? Can I do that?
You would like to filter Sheet 2 using the drop-down arrow in Sheet 1. However, in the Tableau application you are using, the drop-down arrows next to the sheets are not used for filtering purposes. Instead, they are for renaming and other sheet-specific options. To filter Sheet 2, you may have to use a filter control or another interactive method.
What are the other interactive methods?
You could add filter controls or use actions in the dashboard to filter the views.
How
Would you
does
like more information?
how do the actions work? Yeah, can I set up an action here?
You can set up actions in the dashboard to filter the data in one sheet based on selections in another sheet. The action can be a filter, highlight, or URL. Would you like to know how to set up a filter action?
Yeah, let's do that. Show me.
Okay, first go to the dashboard menu, then select the actions option. In the actions menu, you can add a new action. Choose a filter action, select sheet 1 as your source sheet, and select sheet 2 inches as your target sheet. Select what will be filtered. You can select all fields. Then click OK. And now you have a dashboard action that filters sheet 2 by your selections in sheet 1.
I'm clicking it and it's not working.
It seems that you are clicking on the chart in sheet 1, but that is not the action you should be using. You should be clicking the title of the sheet in order to apply your filter to sheet 2.
Okay. We're going to stop here. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Feel free to ask if you have more questions.
In fact, yeah, could I teach you something?
Sure, I'm always ready to learn something new.
And
What do you want to teach me?
I'd love you to ask questions as we go along. Is that possible?
Yes, I can certainly ask questions as we go along. I'm
Okay.
ready when you are.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you showed me how to set up that sheet action, you kind of did it wrong. Let me show you why. If I go to the dashboard option here and we go and edit actions, when we set up this action, let me go ahead and edit it. You needed to also tell me to run an action on selection, not just on the menu, because that way, when someone clicks on something, it filters that. Does that make sense?
You're right. I should have specified that the action needs to run on select for the filter to work when clicking on the chart in sheet 1, not just the title. That way, when someone clicks a part of the chart, it will then filter the data in sheet 2. Thank you for pointing that out. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, the other thing I'd like to show you is that there's actually a quicker way to do it. And you simply go to the sheet. So in this case, I've gone to sheet 2, I've selected it. And then on the right-hand side, there's the third icon down, there's a use as filter option. If you select that, Tableau automatically adds an action filter for you, and it does that on selection. You can see that it's working here, right? So that's a much faster way of doing it on the dashboard. What do you think about that?
That is a very helpful shortcut. Thank you for showing me that. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thanks for your help today. Okay, so that's the experience pretty much done. I'm just editing this, and this is when I'm doing my reflection. I kind of wanted to sit on it for a bit and edit it, because sometimes when you go through something for the first time, you can sort of have this euphoria from the experience that sort of clouds your judgment. And I'm watching this back, and I'm actually genuinely impressed at how far we got compared to how far I've gotten before with sort of chat-based LLMs. The thing about chat-based LLMs is that they have a set of instructions that's just based on documentation they've consumed, and they assume a specific interface. In this experience, there were moments where it was clear that it was basing it what it was saying based on what it could see at various times, like calling out the sheet names. It incorrectly sort of labeled the colors, but it saw the colors that I was on screen. I didn't tell it that. It got the colors correct. It just the labels were in the wrong position. And I give it a little bit of leniency for that, because that could just be to do with computer vision. But even then, like, come on, this is this is really advanced technology that we're seeing here. And I don't know about you, but this was a 25-minute experience. Now, if I just think about everyone's first 25 minutes with a product like this, I don't think it's as smooth as this, unless you're in a training session, you've paid for training, you're watching a YouTube tutorial like mine. For a lot of people who just open the product for the first time, um, like this is actually a pretty good experience to have. And so I find myself conflicted. On one hand, there were some mistakes, and I couldn't in good conscience recommend this to be a tool to go and use and learn. But at the same time, I would really encourage everyone to go and try this tool, because in your own context, in different things, maybe it's not Tableau, maybe you're a data analyst just learning other tools, maybe you're doing some, maybe you're coding, maybe you're stuck on a problem, you just don't know what to do. This could be a really good way to solve this. And the thing is, this is agnostic. It's not just about Tableau here. Like, if I had an issue in Excel before I loaded this data set into Tableau, it too could help with that. I actually did this video because I saw a video by Kevin Stratvert, who's like the king of tutorials on YouTube. And he did this demo with Google AI Studio in Excel, and he got it to work through an Excel problem. You maybe seen Andy Cotgreave's video, also on Tableau, again. And so I think this capability is really profound. It's not at professional level just yet. But as with all of these things, they never start out that way. And I think with a bit of grounding and a bit of tailoring to a product, really closing down the scope and saying this is for Tableau, almost exclusively only giving it access to Tableau to learn from and train from. This could be really profound and powerful. Honestly, I don't know if I'm being sensational. Let me know in the comments. To me, as someone who makes tutorials like this, being able to ask the questions that I know people have asked me as a trainer in the past, as someone who makes these videos on YouTube, who sees the comments when people ask questions about the videos I've made, and it's obvious that I've missed something. This handled a lot of things very, very well. And we got to an output. We got to an output in, I think, a very reasonable way. I wasn't coaching it. Yes, I corrected it at certain times. I was able to just rescue the session a little bit in certain areas. But apart from that, we got there in the end. We were able to kind of do what we needed to do. So I think this is good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.